Hey, look at this. It's like after 6 a.m. and my computer is still in pieces. And I've got tools all over the place. And, you know, I'm not doing a demonstration how to fix a computer or anything here. I'm just giving you an idea of what I'm facing. The children could be up any time. But in my flu-induced delirium, I decided I'd do some work on my computer, and I know it looks just terrible, right? So, yeah, it's going to be interesting if one of the children get up and say, "Hey, Dad, what's this?" and start, really getting into it. But anyway, this has to be done. So I'm doing it, and I got to do something to keep my mind off my illness. It's just like I'm so useless, and I feel so useless, and when I'm sick like this, I don't know. It's really weird. I have to watch myself because I tend to get aggressive, it's like a denial thing. So I figure, okay, well, maybe there's a constructive way to do this, like fiddling around with computer parts can't be all that much. Well, found out that actually there's a bit to it here, because I've been lifting boxes in the storeroom. You shouldn't be exerting yourself when you got the flu, like as bad as I have it right now. You should not be exerting yourself at all. But I didn't realize that a lot of weightlifting was going to be involved. Some of these boxes were, 60 to 70 pounds full of various computer components and, wire and metal objects. So they were heavy boxes. But all's well that ends well. It's the reaching, in that storeroom. It's so cramped. I need a house, but you got to earn these things. Well, I did earn them many times over. I earned such things, okay, and lost them because I was a fool. Okay, don't have to get into details, but because I was a fool, I made the error of putting the fairer sex on a pedestal, and in my simply way, thinking that no woman who loved me and would ever let me down. Okay, pretty much is what I'm saying. Well, I know better now, but now I'm almost 55 here. I don't know if you can hear me that far away. Hold on, I'm trying to find where I put the plastic bracket. Now remember, I have the flu. Oh, there it is. I have the flu, and badly. I'm sort of. Some of you will be able to relate to this when I say I'm in that sort of state of mind where nothing seems real and everything is like you're in dreamland. And I try to sleep to get rid of that, but when I woke up I was in the same condition. So I'm in dreamland still, and yeah. See, if I could hold the camera, I could show you what I'm doing here. I'm cutting threads through plastic. It's kind of tricky, I'm using a special plastic self-tapping screw for mounting a special type of bracket that is used on tower cooling fans. The fan itself is it's a standard type fan. you find fans of this size, this type, often sold with a CPU. You have to be very careful that you don't press too hard on these, because you can crack the plastic. You know, that's you don't want that. You don't want to crack the plastic. Yeah, there's no real reparation when you do that. So. I found a tiny little crack in my case, not put there by me, but put there by, I would imagine, the assemblers of Thermaltake. And I'm not very impressed with that, considering the fact that this is a very high quality case, you know, worth, well, I wouldn't say worth, but you know, I've seen it sold for as high as $389, this case, and just an empty case, right? I didn't pay that for it. I would never pay that for it. But this was supposed to be a brand new case, right? And there's a few defects on it. I noticed that didn't impress me very much. Like at the very back of it, there's a place where the paint didn't quite make it all the way, and there's a little bit of silver showing through the paint. Okay, I know that's a minor detail, but you know, and who looks at the back of the case, right? But still, you know, when you're paying top dollar for a quality case, you know, you expected a job well done, right? And another thing was, I noticed that the plexiglass window that the case uses, the plexiglass window had a scuff on the inside of the case. This is right when I opened it out of the box. There's no way I did this. Okay, I didn't do this. You know, are you kidding? I handled it with kid gloves when it was brand new, and I noticed these defects, you know, and I was like, well, you know, I'll let that go, because I didn't want to send it back, you know, it's trouble. But that little crack, boy, that makes me mad. You know, that's what frosted the cake. Okay, all right, little bit of paint missing off the back, a scuff in the plexiglass. That was kind of annoying, you know, but this is damaged. This is, here, I'll show you this. This is, I don't know if you can see it, but right there, see, right. Now there's no way that I did that. See that? I don't know if you can see that, but there's a crack there. Yes, my friend. Oh, there's a crack right there where that screw hole is. Right, somebody, when they put it in, they drove down the screw too hard with their electric screwdriver or whatever they use. I use a manual screwdriver. I get better feel that way. Yeah, they broke it. They broke the case. They sent me a damaged case, and you know, for that reason, my purchases from Newegg.ca have greatly diminished, because Newegg.ca sells used, damaged products and retails them for brand new. You know, that's what Newegg.ca does. So you know, I'll put this video up so that Newegg.ca knows I mean business, and they're not going to get any more business from me. See, I don't mess around with these businesses anymore. Given my age and given my experience and all that, I've learned that you don't do that with these guys. Okay, you don't try to be reasonable and let's try to work things out, because you know what, they don't. Okay, what they do is they add insult to injury. Okay, what they'll tell you is they'll say, send it back, but they want you to send it back at your expense. In other words, they've already insulted you with sending you damaged equipment, but now they want you to pay That's insult to injury. Just send it back to them. And then, I know people, I've read them. I've read their reports. They send it back, right? They RMA it. And what happens is they send them another defective unit. So, you know what? The best thing to do is just blow the whistle. Tell the public, hey, this is a 2-bit organization, and Newegg.ca is not worth your trouble. See, when that word gets around, okay, now they might pull up their socks. And I say might because a lot of times these big fat cat too big to fail organizations don't care. Okay, they don't care. All right, they don't care if you never buy a product from them again. So, what they'll do is probably just change their name, and look great if it's that bad, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is here's how you get corporations to listen to you. You hit them where it hurts the most, the pocketbook. Don't buy from them anymore. Don't buy from them anymore. Okay, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not buying from Newegg.ca anymore. I've compared their prices, to Amazon.ca. And I can tell you right now, Amazon.ca, for the most part, will always sell a Newegg.ca product cheaper. Okay? That's a fact. You may have to wait a while before they actually get the product, right? Like, you might not see it advertised there, but, if you're in no rush, buy from Amazon.ca. And the reason I say Amazon.ca is because Amazon.ca handles their RMAs a lot better, and in many cases won't even charge you for shipping. Okay, if you buy right from Amazon, they won't even charge you for returning the defective product. They'll just mail you a new one. Their return policy is much more superior to Newegg's return policy. Number one. Number two, their products are rarely ever, and I mean rarely ever, defective. At least that's been my experience. Rarely ever are their products defective. Okay, that's number two. All right. Number three, shipping. Even their free Amazon.ca shipping. Okay, you'll read this product comes free. They have a lot of that free shipping at Amazon.ca, and even though you may have to wait a week or so, they tell you. I live like in the northern gateway of Canada. Shipping here takes a while, and I found it to be very quick, like maybe 4 or 5 days and it's here. But that's their free shipping. So yeah, just trying to wiggle some fans around here. When you look at that, and you take all that into consideration, why would you want to buy from Newegg.ca when they add insult to injury by charging you to return a defective product they send you, for one thing? Okay, they add insult to injury there. All right, their service isn't really that good. Okay, and you may have to wait a long time before you see the replacement product, and then you risk the chance of it being defective as well. So many times I've read that in reviews from customers of Newegg.ca. So, and did I mention that just about every product that Newegg.ca sells, Amazon.ca sells cheaper. I just thought I should mention that, because that's another very good consideration. Yep, so there it is, voice of experience, telling you, that really Newegg.ca doesn't have anything on Amazon.ca for computer parts. Okay, next point I wouldn't mind making here. There was a point, but in my flu-addled brain, sometimes it's hard to get these things worked out. Like I know Newegg will give you like these rebates and stuff like that. The nonsense that you have to go through to get those rebates are hardly worth it. And you can look at these things and you deduct the cost of the rebate from the product and then go to Amazon.ca and hey, the discount's already there. The discount's already there. You know what I'm saying? So if the discount's already there, why would you want to jump through all those hurdles, spend money on postage and expend energy just to send in a rebate card, and then constantly, check your emails and maybe have to harass them, calling them. When am I going to get my rebate? When am I going to get my rebate? Listen, chasing after rebates. Excuse me, I got a cold, or not a cold, the flu, really badly, by the way. On my nose here. Why would you go through all that? You can already get that discount at Amazon.ca and not have to worry about chasing rebates. Anyway, I'm building a push-pull configuration on my cooler, and it's actually working out rather nicely. I had it running already, but this particular approach is going to involve a method whereby the push is actually slower than the pull. So it's actually going to draw the air through the fans, through the push fan, faster by the pull fan. And the push fan will also, as a result, get sucked, by the pull fan to turn faster. And the faster the push fan pushes the air through the fins of my cooler, the faster the pull fan will keep removing the air. It's common sense, right? That it's the top air that should be lighter and moving faster if you really want to increase that kind of airflow. So what I've done is I've alternated. It used to be my push fan was faster, and I thought, man, why should I have the push fan, laboring to push through a slow pull fan? The pull fan should be faster, I think. And so that's what I've decided, and I'm going to see how that method works. It just seems more natural. When you look at an airplane, the air moving over at the top of the wing is moving faster and is lighter than the air under the wing, and that's how you generate lift. So I don't think my cooler is going to lift off my motherboard, but I do think that cooling will be just slightly more efficient, and I only mean slightly, but every little bit adds up, right? So if I'm putting these little rubber seals, these little, I don't know if you can see them, rubber seals on the screws, so that it clamps onto the fins nicely and doesn't, slide around, but stays firm and secure. So yeah, see, I'm learning some things about these online stores and stuff. They feel pretty smug and safe about a lot of things, and it's a good learning shopping experience. I'd like to say that shopping online will probably never really replace, in-store shopping. I don't think so, because you can't really deal with a person eyeball to eyeball. And I recently had an episode here, an incident with Facebook, or not Facebook, but I talked about it on Facebook. But my incident, my experience, was actually as a PayPal customer with a PayPal purchase. And I want to warn you buyers out there, I made a very, very interesting discovery. Okay, buyer beware. PayPal is not there to protect the buyer. PayPal is there to protect the seller. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the seller pays PayPal a percentage to a percentage. That looks so nice. I'm so proud of my work. To sell products via PayPal. Okay. So, but essentially, PayPal is free to the buyer. Well, not really. Okay, not if you're using a credit card, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time elaborating that, but check your credit card statement and tell me PayPal isn't charging the buyer who has their PayPal connected to the credit card, because I'm telling you they are. Okay, but if you just go through your bank, you'll probably find that it's free. But you see, they don't protect you. And I'm having a hard time getting some money back from a very fraudulent sale that I did not know. I did not know that this man would be engaging in fraud until it became clear to me that he was not selling a physical product. No, he was selling a picture of a product. He was not actually selling a real product. He was selling a virtual product, he said. Yes, that's right. He said he was selling a virtual product. So, yeah. So I contacted PayPal about that, and I'm going to spare you all the gory details, but right away, PayPal just automatically accepted this gentleman's word that he told me that it was a virtual product. Now, the truth of the matter is he did not tell me it was a virtual product. He did nothing of the sort. He nowhere in the product description is the product advertised as a quote-unquote virtual product. No, not at all. Okay? He told me it was a virtual product after I paid for the product. Like after you've already laid down your money, then you get told what you just bought. But in the product description, it is described as a physical product. And what PayPal did is they just accepted his word on hearsay that, hey, well, he said it was he told the man that it was a virtual product. You know, they didn't even check the ad. Okay, they didn't even bother to check the ad to see how it was being advertised. You know, they didn't even look. They just automatically sided with the seller. And the reason they do that is because they're biased. They are there to protect the seller. They're not there to protect the buyer. They're there to make money off the seller and to protect the seller so that, you know, they keep making money off the seller. But because it's quote-unquote a free service to the buyer, which is, well, dubious. I'll tell you that right now. It's dubious. Because if there weren't no buyer, there'd be nothing in it for PayPal either, eh? But I'm just saying, and all of it gets handed down to the buyer. We know that. Come on, we know that. You don't think a businessman doesn't factor in what PayPal charges him into the cost of its product? That would be bad business. No. So, you know, yeah, the buyer pays. The buyer always pays. Okay. So, anyway, but my point is this. Buyer beware. PayPal is not there for you. Okay. Now I'm fighting right now to get my money back. And I'm, you know, even though I was told that I would get my money back, I haven't seen it yet. And, you know, I'm waiting for it. I'll keep you posted. You know, I'll let you know. But what I'm trying to say to you is, like, please understand, buy very carefully on any of these eBay places, because even if the sale is illegal, PayPal will not support you. PayPal will not protect you. Okay? PayPal will be biased to the seller, and PayPal will do nothing, okay, to discourage the illicit seller from engaging in illicit sales. All right? You can make, you could sell. I shouldn't even say this because I'll probably give people ideas. You can sell stolen goods on eBay and PayPal won't intervene or do anything about it. They'll gladly accept the money, okay, for stolen goods. They will gladly allow that seller to sell stolen goods. How do I know that? Because that's what happened to me. You know, and I allege that that's what happened to me. I allege that I was sold a stolen virtual product. Now, why do I say that? Because the man cannot produce his license to sell the product. Okay? And in order to sell this product, you have to have a license to sell it. Okay? You cannot legally sell this product without a license to sell it. And the product actually comes with a license so that you can sell it if you so choose. Okay? The product does come with a license so that you can sell it if you so choose. So that's why I know. Okay? That's the reason why I know that I'm just looking at some wiring here, that this is a stolen product, because he can't produce the license to sell the product. And if he can't produce the license to sell the product, then why is he selling it? See, because he's selling it illegally if he can't produce the license. And he can't. Okay? He can't. Alright, I asked for it. I said, you know, you're supposed to sell me the license. You know, you're supposed to sell me. I'm talking about a COA, by the way, for those of you who know what I mean. Okay? For an operating system. Okay? All he sold me was some kind of bogus product activation key, right? And yet, that's not how it's advertised. It's advertised with packaging. It's advertised having weight. You know, it's advertised as being a brand new package, unopened package. Okay? Alright, that's how it's advertised. I hope that's making sense. I really am hoping that's making sense. So that's how I know. Okay? That's how I'm pretty sure this man is dealing in illicit trade. You know what? I like having a legitimate, legal operating system. I'm a real stickler that way. And that's not good enough. You know, you don't advertise a physical product like that to me, and then say, oh well, it's really virtual. No. If it's virtual, you're supposed to advertise it as virtual. But you see, there's no such rules, I guess, in PayPal. You can just wing it, lie as you go along. You can do that apparently. And they do nothing to help you. They do nothing to support you, and they side with the seller. Okay, so just let you know, buyer beware. Buyer beware. You buy from eBay and these sorts of places. Buyer beware. Alright, I think I got my temperature sensors and everything tied up and cleaned up a little bit better than it was. Maybe I'll show what I just did here. I don't even know if any of this shows, or how well it shows, but that's what I did. There's my push-pull fan configuration. I have no idea how the lighting is going to show on this, but I did a bunch of tidying up on the wiring here and keeping wires away from the fans there. Just a little bit here and there, and now I'm going to do some other stuff. Alright, so I'll talk to you again later.